do think that there's no doubt in my mind that there was some sort of tacit agreement or straight up, if you want to say like conspiracy, to devalue Mary Magdalene and therefore devalue any feminine influence within the church. Not to say the church should be like feminine or something. I don't think it should be masculine or feminine. I think it should be a fucking church. But to paint, because we kind of got off this, so maybe it's a good time to come back to that. To paint her as a prostitute, which is like the lowest.
So that is incorrect. So she wasn't a prostitute in the Gospels. So that's actually a mistake from
incorrect?
a pope. Because there are two stories. There's one story of a prostitute who comes to Jesus, and there's another story of Mary Magdalene, and they get conflated, but they're not the same story. So there's actually a pope. His name eludes me at the moment, but there's a pope at a certain point in time who specifically in I can't remember if it was a sermon or a letter he wrote or a commentary, he conflates the two. But in the Gospels themselves, Mary Magdalene is never described as a prostitute.
Okay, but, and I'll take your word for that. You know a lot more about this than I do. Either way, they also paint her as not, her gospel's not accepted. Her gospel's an interesting story. She's therefore not involved with the church, and they paint her as, you know, just someone who was kind of around Jesus' life or whatever. And they made this is what's always kind of fucked with my head.